Hello, hello everyone. Can you guess? Got a little grease leakage. I got Chinese today. I was in the mood for Chinese. It was a little bit more than what I wanted to spend for just like one meal. I may be able to get 2 meals out of it. Just depends how much I eat today. So I got 4 egg rolls, vegetable egg rolls, and shrimp fried rice. Got some duck sauce. Got some soy sauce. I don't like the mustard. Don't like the mustard. All right, let's get this on a plate and then I will give you guys a close-up for my thumbnail. Ooh. I really wanted to get a large, but I cannot pay that much. So, I mean, I could possibly get 2 meals out of this. Possibly. Possibly. I'm making a mess for a thumbnail picture. I love fried rice. Love fried rice. So, how are you guys today? I hope y'all are doing well. Put about half on my plate for now. And, oh, that's what's greasy. Oh my goodness. Ooh, it's all over the table. Greasy, greasy. Greasy, greasy, greasy. Ooh, they're hot. They're so hot. And I was the second delivery. All right, give me 1 second. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That looks and smells delicious. So my total, this was DoorDash. My total, including the tip, was $21.70. That's what we were spending today. If I can get 2 meals out of it, it will be worth it. But I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm never, you know how if you order DoorDash, they have the option where you can have it come right to you, but they charge you an extra fee for it. I never do that. But it seems like when the Dasher does have I think Grubhub does that now too. But I'm never, ever, ever, I don't think ever, have I been the first delivery. I'm always the second. Always. All right, that should do it for now. All right, and this is the 4C raspberry tea that I just mixed myself. All right, I'm excited. So good. delicious. I used to make this myself, not the egg rolls, but the fried rice. It's been a while though. I'll have to make it for you all for a recipe. Mm-mm-mm. The only bad thing is, it happens with a couple other things I order too, but in a few hours, my mouth will be so dry. I'll be so thirsty. I'm guessing from the MSG, maybe? I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Delicious. Let's dig into an egg roll. I have the, they're still hot. Ooh, is any other of them cooled down yet? They are still really hot. That's crazy, especially with being the second delivery. Probably gonna burn my mouth. But yeah, I have the 17-year-old pup here. That green thing right there is one of her toys. That is still really hot. I bet you I'm gonna burn my mouth. How does it stay so hot? Mmm. I have never made these myself. I should try it one of these days. So good. Mm-hmm. 10 out of 10 for the vegetable egg rolls, 10 out of 10 for the shrimp fried rice. When I get the pizza too, if I get the pepperoni on it, like pepperoni and mushroom, my mouth will be dry. Hours later. Ooh. Hot. Can't believe how hot they still are. That's crazy. Crazy. No job yet, just declines. You know, I was thinking about this. I know that they can figure out a general, they can figure out your general age based on your work history. And I don't put every single job I've had my entire life on there. You know, I do the recent ones. So I put my last 3 on my resume. And I think they can figure out, I'm pretty sure they can figure out my age based on that. And it's crazy because I see so many jobs that I have applied to, some more than once, especially like this past week. They're all hiring for the same thing that I applied to and got declined for. Tons, tons of them. And I'm like, I applied to you, I applied to you, I applied to you, I applied to you. But I'm guessing you have to, do you have to put the years you were at a job? Like on the resume, or could you save that for if you get it, like if you get an interview, could you say it then? I'm gonna have to look it up. They do take the they do take the shell off the shrimp, but I always still leave a little bit at the end. I don't know why. Mm, this is amazing. So yeah, I have her here. And then when she goes home later in the week, today's Wednesday. Oh, it's October 1st. Rent's due. So when she goes home, then I have that little Shih Tzu coming for 7 days, which will be nice. So with the little Shih Tzu, I've been watching for them for probably 7 years, maybe 8. And he loved Sebastian, the little Shih Tzu. And since Sebastian passed, I've been watching him, but it's been like either just overnight or like during the day if they have somewhere to go. And he loved Sebastian. Sebastian loved him. And he's been here. I got Armani in May. So I've probably had the Shih Tzu probably between 4 and 6 times. I think the first couple times Armani was scared of him. I don't know why. He's not scared of this girl here, and she's a big dog. But last time, which was a few weeks ago, they dropped him off, and they come inside and we talk for a little bit. And Armani just marches up and tries to start pawing at him, which is, he doesn't have his claws out when he does it. He does this to Samara, he does it to Stormy. It's just something that he's always done. I don't know why. And it's like he's communicating with his paws because his claws aren't out. But this last time I had the Shih Tzu for the day, they come in, we're talking, Armani comes stomping out. He's so funny sometimes. And he goes up, he went up to the Shih Tzu. He almost hissed, but he didn't. But he's tried to start pawing at his face. And I just pushed Armani's paw down and said no. And the dad, so they're both retired. And they cook his own food. He has IBD. So his dad makes homemade food for him. And he has a schedule. I mean, he's like me, to be honest. Certain meal times. He is on some medications. But I've been watching him for so long, and his dad, when they drop off, he repeats himself. And I literally still have his note up on my fridge on the side, which explains everything. But he's so funny. The wife is more laid back, but he's real picky when it comes to the Shih Tzu, which I am too when it comes to my cat. So trust me, I get it. But he's funny. He was like, "Is he gonna hurt him?" And I said, "No." I said, for whatever reason, he always uses his paws to communicate. I said I would never let him hurt the dog ever. And then he goes, Well, you have my number, right? Just in case. I said, I have both of your numbers. If anything was to happen, I would call you, but trust me, I would never let Armani hurt him, ever. You know, if it came down to where Armani was getting mean or whatever, I would put Armani in my bedroom until he chills out or whatever. But they were fine. After the owners left, literally fine. Armani didn't put his paw up at the dog at all the rest of the time. But the dad did one of these. He was like, I'm just thinking in my head, trust me, I'm not gonna let any. I've been watching this dog for so long. He did a big huff. I mean, I get it, because like I said, I am picky with my cats too. Like you should see when I go on vacation. It's been a while. Now, usually my daughter just watches the cats now, but prior to that, it would be like one of my sisters. And you should see, I would have pages of notes, literally. Oh, yeah. Did I lose a napkin? Oh. So yeah, I get it, but it's just funny. And then the wife texted me later after it was just for the day because they had a funeral to go to, and she was like saying something like sorry for him. I'm like, it's fine, I get it, it's fine. But then I just reiterated to her, I would never ever let Armani hurt him ever. So the Shih Tzu, you know, like I said, after they left, he was totally fine. Both of them. I got pictures of them together and stuff like that. It's just Armani will not like lay beside him to sleep like Sebastian did. Sebastian loved doing that with dogs. He would just sleep right beside the dogs on the couch. So nothing like that, but I think I think the owners were just so used to Sebastian, you know? Like no matter what dogs, even the two dogs that I watch sometimes from the same family that are pretty high energy, Sebastian was never scared of them. You know, every time the doorbell rang, Sebastian would come running, no matter if he was sleeping in a deep sleep. Greasy. So yeah. And then I got a new dog that I'm going to be watching here. Actually, I met them. I had them come over a few days ago so I could meet the dog and meet the family and stuff like that. And so they want me to watch her. Poor thing is blind. And she's just started. He said she had like some kind of illness. And after that illness, she became blind. It's a little dog, but she's cute. She's like 9 years old. I was curious about the illness, so I looked up her breed, and it says that there's something, I think it might be SARDS or something like that. So I'm wondering if it's that. He didn't say, but she's a, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll tell you, hold on. She is a, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Bichonfrise. So I saw that it was common in those kind of dogs. Well, I shouldn't say common, but happens a lot in those types of dogs. So I'm watching her the end of the month. And then again, the end of December. She'll be easy. She'll be easy. Got my hair done on Saturday. It needed it. I've been getting like the same thing done on my hair for probably 20 years. Highlights and lowlights. You would think I would change it up one of these days, but nope. Nope. I'm going to do one more egg roll. Do the greasier one. I'm going to put this over here. Give me 1 second. Okay, put it back in the bag. Now she's up. She's so cute. She just had she has really bad, I think I told y'all before, but she has really bad arthritis, like in her hips. And he was able to get her into the vet on Monday morning before dropping her off. And they gave her her monthly injection. It works pretty well. And it just goes, I think it starts with an L, I believe. And it just goes right between their shoulder blades, like not even in the muscle. But it definitely helps her. Because, man, last week, woo, she was struggling last week. And he works so much. Like, literally, he has to travel Monday through Friday. And he's been traveling at least a month. Like, Monday through Friday. For work. But, so she was a little overdue. So when he picked her up last week, I'm like, too bad they can't give her something that you could give her in between, like as needed, when you can't get her in for the shot. And he goes, yeah. So he must have called the vet and was able to get her in Monday, so that's good. When I had my chocolate lab, she had hip dysplasia. And the medication that they gave her was it meloxicam or something like that? It was a liquid. But then my chocolate lab also had gotten laryngeal paralysis. That is horrible. She was almost 13, I think. When we had to have her put to sleep, they came to our house. We did the same thing with her, with my chocolate lab, that we did with Simon, my first Siamese cat. So Simon, my first Siamese cat, my parakeet that I had, and our chocolate lab they're buried in a pet cemetery, all at the same place. The headstone and things like that, and they're all in caskets. Now the bird passed away, I believe it was like a few months before we had our chocolate lab put to sleep. So I put him in a box, and he was in our freezer outside. We had a refrigerator slash freezer out in our garage. So I had just put him in a box, really nice, and it was sealed. And my ex-husband at the time, he knew the guy that owned the cemetery. So when our dog passed away, he was like, "Do you mind if we just put the bird, he was in a box already, in with the dog?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's fine." So that's what we ended up doing. So yeah, they're both buried in a pet cemetery. But even with her arthritis and hip dysplasia, my chocolate lab, it was the laryngeal paralysis that is why she was put to sleep. It was horrible. Like, if you've ever had a dog with that, or currently have a dog, or know someone, absolutely horrible. The first couple years it was manageable. She would have an attack here and there, but towards the end, she would get these attacks, and towards the end, she was having like 5 a day. It was horrible. And when they have these attacks, they could die during one of those attacks. They struggle to breathe. They lose their bowels, their urine. It's just horrible. So, we had an appointment to put her to sleep a couple times and then canceled it. But then at the very end, we were like, okay, if she starts having like five attacks a day, and it got to that, and horrible disease. They struggle to breathe. It's just horrible. The vet that we had at the time was really nice. Towards the end there, he would come to the house. We had to pay a little extra, but because we couldn't even take her to the vet because she would get so excited and it could bring on an attack. So we had to try to keep her calm as much as possible. Even, when we would go away and come home, it was so hard because you can't work them up. So that was horrible. If I ever get a dog again, I hope I never have a dog with that disease. Horrible. Ooh. But anyway, so I'm definitely full with the 3 egg rolls and the fried rice. Definitely full. But this was delicious. Absolutely delicious. Mm-hmm. Some kind of jet passing. The military planes were flying earlier today. Didn't get to record it though today. I still have quite a few videos of them flying over that I haven't posted yet. Delicious. I really wanted those crab rangoons again. Rangoons, however you pronounce it. But my bill would have been almost 30 bucks. I'm like, I cannot, no can do. Let's eat one of the fortune cookies before I go. I think I told y'all before, I used to buy bags of these on Amazon. I'm slowly starting to get out of the powdered donuts. Last night I finished the one bag that I had gotten, what, like 2 weeks ago maybe? These are so good. Just that, I like the crunchiness, the lightness, and there's still like a hint of sweetness. So it says, life's most memorable moments are often unforeseen. Your next Chinese meal will bring you more cookies. And my lucky numbers, 36, 32, 9, 11, 17, and 12. All right, I am full. That was absolutely delicious. I don't eat Chinese. I have to be in the mood to eat Chinese food. I always order from the same place though. Love it. That was delicious. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that y'all enjoy this video, and I hope you have a great day and a great rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye everyone.